people that don't fish all year long will have all sorts of boats out here, things that you wouldn't believe. Rubber rafts, canoes, kayaks. The Pink Salmon Run is a highly anticipated fishery for these folks. You know, fishing in Puget Sound, it is so different fishing here than anywhere else in the country. The way this inlet is designed, we have cross currents. Sometimes we'll be trolling one direction and our downrigger cables will be shooting out another direction. And having Canon Optimum paired with Fish Hawk allows us to be successful when other guys are struggling. I run a 16-pound Canon downrigger ball on this downrigger. That keeps my blowback to a minimum, and when I'm talking about blowback is as you're trolling at speed, that's how far back that cable goes. Okay, so I like to keep that to a minimum. I want very little blowback, so I'm using a 16-pound ball. So let's get these downriggers into the water.
Basically, we're catching the tide flow, the ebb and flow, and we're finding the schools of them. You can see them jumping up top, but generally when we're catching them, we're catching the pink salmon at 70, 80, 90 feet. Sometimes you'll catch them 50, 55 feet. The average angler will fish on top a lot of the times because they don't have the Canon downriggers to regulate their depth. The map I'm seeing this on is the Humminbird Coastmaster map. This sandbar right here, possession bar, the fish come in from the ocean, they hit a wall right here. We can see the depths. They go from really deep to really shallow. They hit a wall, the tide shoves them across the bar. They'll fish right there because they cannot swim across the current going across the bar. We're seeing schools of pink salmon and our Canon downrigger balls. Our gear is literally going through the schools of salmon right now, good solid arcs. Middle setup, I like to run a spoon, put a little krill oil on it. I'm gonna set the middle downrigger at 40 feet. Thing I like about the Canon downriggers, it's all pre-programmed. I can have my presets and I can go start working the other gear. You can't do that with any other manufacturer. Middle downrigger, I run a little closer. It's gonna be shallower, closer, outside to 60 to 80 feet. That way I can turn over the top of them no matter what depth they're at. That didn't take long. You know, I haven't reeled a fish in and I don't know how long. Generally, I'm running the boat. When I hit a fish on a Canon downrigger, usually the first thing I do for the customer is I get the downrigger up out of the way. I hit auto, nice big yellow button, gets it out of the way. When I'm fishing these pink salmon in Puget Sound, I have to be in total control.
Nice. Way to go, Cap.
Nice one.
Nice.
All right. This is, in this fishery, pink salmon. This is a nice size pink salmon. Nice bright fish.
A lot of guys will use a lot lighter gear. I just keep using the same salmon rods I use all year long, and they still have trouble sometimes pulling those fish in. Got one at 61, we're marking them there. There you go, right there.
Oh, that's a tank.
A lot of those boats that I pass in the morning as I go out, when we limit out in 2 hours or less and I come back, those same guys are still sitting there and they're still fishing. And the reason is because they don't have the electronics that are gonna get them on the fish. They don't have downriggers to fish controlled depth, and they definitely don't have Canon Optimum. That's the key. We can see the fish and we run deep with Canon Optimum.